On today's episode of WatchJRGo, it's time for our summer project. I bought another abandoned house. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today, like I said, we are here at my newest abandoned house. And many of you have already noticed, I'm sure you can see the corner of it, it's beside my other house. So I bought the house next door for one reason only, and that is to protect my property. So it didn't end up being a good deal. This ended up being an absolutely horrible deal. It was a scam from beginning to end, and I know you guys aren't gonna believe that, but in the second video, I'm gonna tell you guys how much we paid for it and how it was a scam and the nightmare of the transaction that getting this thing bought was. But today, we get to check out my new property. Unbelievable, right? Look at this bad boy. All right, so this place has, it's got a little wear on, a little worse for the wear. It was built in 1955. It's about 865 square foot or something like that. You can see that a lot of it is falling apart, soffits, trim boards, all that fun stuff. The old tenants left all this trash. I might have moved their trash around a little bit, but they did leave all of this here. So it's been abandoned for a bit. The old owner, or I guess last tenant, died, unfortunately, but not in the house. Don't worry. It was kind of a drawn out thing, and the house has just been empty for a long time, and that guy passed away at the hospital. So he was awesome. He was actually a great neighbor, but I have always been taking care of this house. The whole time he lived here, basically he couldn't mow or anything like that, so I've been mowing it. As you guys have seen in some of the videos, whenever we demo lawnmowers, we use this yard because it's always overgrown. So I try to keep mine nice and clean, and then every once in a while we get out the big boys and try to take over this yard, which I know it looks pretty okay up here because this one's been mowed in the last week, but obviously all of the growth around this house is out of control, so we have a massive to-do list of things to do to get this house looking right again. So let's come around here and check it out. There's the front door. Obviously we got one light up front, cables running everywhere, all the gutters are ruined. You can see there's no downspouts. I don't know if you can see it because of the plant life. There are no downspouts on any of the gutters. The pillars, the 4x4s holding up the front stoop there are all rotten. So that's on the replace list. Fixing all the vegetation on the replace list. This sidewalk is terrible. It was the first thing I wanted to replace, but honestly, there are probably other priorities than just replacing concrete. And the weird asphalt driveway. How did the driveway become asphalt? That's just a mystery. We may never know. But we might bring in my concrete guys that just finished up everything over there. They did unbelievable work, and I'd like them to do this. You can see we have this, what are we calling this? We could call it a lean-to. We might call it a carport. This used to be a building. When I moved in, it was a building, and he had this the old owner had this absolutely terrible crew that would basically come in and ruin every project they touched. They put a roof on this last year. It's one of the worst roofs I've ever seen. He didn't even use like a proper shingle cap. He just used shingles and cut them up and stapled them down. I mean, whatever, the roof doesn't leak. But they didn't clean up any of the shingles. The whole house is surrounded by shingle and roof trash. So that's a huge project in and of itself. When they tore down this barn, because basically this just had wood surrounding it, and there were foxes living in it, they left most of the concrete. So they jackhammered out what was the foundation of it and then just left concrete everywhere. So let's come around the side and keep checking it out here. At least we've got a new service. The service is clearly very recent there. Maybe within the last 5 years. All the old school breaker panels inside have been ripped out and moved to this exterior one, which is nice. It's not Federal Pacific. So at least we've got some nice living upgrades there. The wiring is grounded. Pretty cool, right? And all of the windows are new. I know it looks terrible. It does look like a trap house. It might be a trap house, but the tenants have always been respectable, I guess. So that's cool. It was just the landlord not taking care of it. And we have a lot more to say about him. But I mean, guys, yesterday, I don't get mad about anything, but yesterday the anger level might have been at max while we were signing this deal. It was the worst thing that could have ever happened. So here's our carport slash lean-to. It is not in good shape. You can see I can actually like push it back and forth a little bit. That's where you want to park your car every night to make sure it's nice and safe and secure in those infamous Kansas tornadoes. make sure you protect your belongings with a sheet of side metal off of a building here, a little corrugated steel, and some rotten 2x4s. Come on, you can put your Ferrari under there. Anyway, like I said, they left a lot of the concrete from the foundation. They just picked it up and flipped it over. Where they didn't want to fix things properly, they put basement jacks in under this thing. And basically, this is really bad. This is like the worst part of the whole build here. And unfortunately, it's also going to be very expensive to fix, as anyone who does construction knows. So that is the carport. But as we come under here, you can see it's got a bit of a backyard. Now, the backyard ends where the tall weeds end. And you might think the whole thing is tall weeds, but the field back there, they mow pretty regularly. I don't own past the tree, that's for sure. So the backyard, it's like 10,000 square foot, the lot size here. It's not big, but it's something. Which is, yeah, 10,000 square foot adds up because the house takes up about 10% of it. And it's close to 1,000 foot. So now you've got a little idea of scale, you know how big the yard is. At least it's got a yard and it's in a great neighborhood. It's honestly in the best school district in all of Kansas. And you are literally, I know this looks like the worst thing you've ever seen on video. And it seems like I'm hyping it up, but we have a $100 million school. It might have been 122 million or something. Brand new school that is like 2 blocks away. It's unbelievable. Crazy school district, and this is where everybody moves, and that was one of the main reasons that I always lived here, and the main reason that a house like this can rent and do okay. So it does have fiberboard siding, which is awesome. It has brand new smart siding and all the trim, so that's pretty cool. There might be a little more smart siding work to do, but at least a little bit of stuff got done. I know I'm hating pretty hard on the work that was done, but like they kind of did some of it right, so I'll give them a little credit here. Anything else we need to see back in the trap house zone, where it looks the worst back here, that's for sure. Soffits all need replaced, all the guttering needs replaced. That, the guy that did the roof put his ladder up against the guttering and it's ruined. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's all the guttering's ruined. That guy was the king of ruining everything. Some of the stores, I think I took pictures, I might even have some video, so we could laugh at it, because me and the old tenant were just back here like, how is this? It was like a circus. Maybe a 1-week circus during the roof and this barn thing. He multiple times de-beaded the tires on a Bobcat. None of us have ever pulled off that feat. And it was the wildest thing that he didn't know how to like use the bucket, get the Bobcat in the air and put the tire back on. I even offered to help. He was like, no. All right, man, I won't do it then. Anyway, it looks like trash out here. There's a giant concrete patio right there. Where the weeds are the tallest is actually a huge concrete patio, but it's so rough around the edges that whenever I have to mow it, I won't trim that out or get my mower close to it. Everything back here is giant chunks of concrete, so we have to come through here with like a Bobcat and one of those rake buckets immediately and get the rocks out, because we literally cannot mow this. I'm planning on trimming the entire backyard. It's gonna be a feat. So cleanup video coming soon where we just go after this, and I think we'll have it all turned around. Let's head inside. That's it. That's about all there is to say. It's got a nice central HVAC, and somewhere around here we've got some keys. All right, she's open. Let's get some lights going on. I know you guys don't have the smell-o-vision, but you know the classic old house smell? Kind of like grandma's house, but with more water. That's kind of how you define that. It smells like grandma's house with some additional water in there. The echo is intense because there's only carpet in 2 rooms. Sorry, but like I said, new windows, new blinds, and the blinds don't work, which is a really cool feature. These are the ones that are supposed to like pull up automatically. Yeah, I love when they don't work. Anyway, water heater's right here. I don't know what year this is, but it doesn't look that bad. All I know is it's on the list to, I gotta document this so I know when it's gonna get swapped out. The water main, for some reason, is directly behind the water heater. This is a cool feature, and you can't turn it off. You can only turn it off a little bit. So I think the water heater is supposed to be moved over 6 inches, and then you could use the water main. But I think what's really gonna happen is I'm gonna go shut the water off at the street and put a new valve in it, because it just doesn't fly. All right, let's check out this kitchen. All right, in the kitchen here, we have stick-built cabinets. You know, I've maybe seen these once in my life. I've really never seen stick-built cabinets before that I can remember, But I think maybe once in my life, I was looking at these and Eric and I were just here quoting the full replacement of the cabinets. We're gonna do the nice real wood cabinets that I have in my house and all that good stuff. But these cabinets are built out of 1x2s and plywood. Never seen such a thing. They are literally all hand-built and really bad. They're not good at all. They're not real heights or anything. Like a normal countertop should have, like, it should be cut off right there. So there's no countertop that you can really use. So we're fixing all of that. Full cabinet, and you guys know the drill. We do this every time, and you can come along while we fix up this whole kitchen, make it super nice, replace the light fixtures. There's not a single working smoke detector in this house today. Hopefully by the end of the day, it'll have 3 of them. The oven, for some reason, is chilling. Just an oven, just chill. Oh, gross. Oh, I need to wash my hands. That was a mistake. That is the nastiest handle I've ever touched in my life. All right, there's the oven just chilling. At least it's electric with an electric cooktop. I love an electric cooktop. I'm gonna bring over gasoline to degrease that. Gasoline and stoves, they mix. Okay, the fridge stayed. The feet must be broken, but hey, the fridge stayed, so that's something. No ice maker. I guess that's a luxury, but hey, cabinets, dishwasher, oven, all the appliances stayed. So as is, and coming in the living room here, the switch is outside the living room. It's this switch. And we got a little fan, nice, right? Nice. And we got some windows. Eric made sure to note earlier today that this window isn't square. It's 15.5 inches right here. And it's actually the trim that's not square. You can clearly see the trim. It goes uphill. Man, anyway, it's 16 inches over here. It's a solid 1/2 inch off. So I guess if we bust all that $3 trim off and trim that back out with 2 sticks, we could make it look nice. All the outlets are super old, and we're gonna have to replace all of them. I'm gonna do tamper-resistant outlets all the way through. Let's see, any other cool, there's windows. There's interior windows. I don't know if you guys noticed this awesome. Let's check it out. Woohoo! Pass me my food, dog. Now, that's for curios, I guess. But, and honestly, they did kind of good work. Eric kind of said that's coming out today. I want to leave it. I like these old charmy pieces. It adds to the character of the house. But so far, I've been told that I'm taking this down to a half wall or I'm filling this in. I don't get to make the decisions around here. Anyway, there's no transition strip right here from the original hardwood floors to this new tile. Remember, original hard, it's super cool. These are like 1x2 plank. I love the floors. But no transition, we're gonna fix that. It has hall cabinets, which are stick built, and these are gonna stay. These are cool. These are cool. Honestly though, if we think about it, if I deleted this and pushed the bathroom vanity, let's go to the bathroom, guys. Turn on some lights. Here we go. Now you can see, but this tiny little vanity could be pushed back into those cabinets, and then you'd have a lot more bathroom room. It'd be kind of weird. Maybe we could push the toilet back in there. I don't know. I'm not gonna move that much stuff. Let's see, medicine cabinet. I kind of don't want to touch it after the other. Yeah, plastic medicine cabinet. Not even the OG metal one. All the lights work. Woo-wee. All right, anyway, it looks like all of this fake tile is failing. It's not, it's just, Eric said paint back over it with a waterproof paint because there's no physical deformation in it. It looks like it's ruined, but it's not. The shower window is very cool. Shower bathtub window, that's cool. And back to Eric's walkthrough, the shower doesn't meet code because it's only 60 inches high, I think, and it should be way up there. Anyway, it's old, you know, this old stuff, it's how it is. It do be like that sometimes. Okay, let's check out the bedrooms. Now we've made it. Okay, you can fit a bed in this room. There's no closet, that was it. Complete walkthrough. The reality is they're probably 8x8, 9x9. You can walk around in it. It's tough. These are very, very small rooms. It's kind of interesting. I know, you probably, maybe if you live in New York, you live in like a rent-controlled apartment where you're paying like $800 a month. I understand your entire apartment fits in this. But this is Kansas, and you can buy a lot of house normally. I guess not anymore. Maybe I'm just getting old. And the last bedroom, check it out, check it out. This one is fancy. It has a closet. Also has some crackiness in the sheetrock there. A little settling. I mean, this house is from 55, so what are we talking, 70 years almost? Yeah, 70 years, 70 years. Wow, it's an old house now. It's already retired. There is a light in here, and if you pull it, it is red LEDs. Ooh, classy. All right, that was the closet tour as well. It needs a door, honestly. How does it not have a door? I might put a door back on there because that's untenable. Okay, that is a complete tour of my new house. We should talk about the other feature and functionality. This place has, not only does it have Cox cable for your gigabit internet, nobody wants to use them anymore because they're the worst to deal with. Their fees outrageous. If you're using Cox, please leave them. I was an ardent supporter for, how long did I use them? Almost 17 years on their gigabit plan. And their upload speed is 30 megabits. So it's basically unusable for any actual work. We have Ideatech Fiber, and it's right there. So you can have 2.5 gigabit internet. And what else do you want? Put a big gaming setup right here. Give yourself like a 52-inch ultra-wide monitor so you're immersed. Hook it up to some 2.5 gig fiber. You're good. This is the perfect house for that. Turn the AC down to freezing. Fill that fridge up with Mountain Dew. Honestly, I should probably just wrap the whole front of the house with Baja Blast wrap and we'd be good to go, right? It's the perfect color for Baja Blast. All right, let's check out anything else, anything I missed in here. I did look at this. So there's another window right here that they covered up with plywood because the washer and dryer go right on the other side. So I assume they didn't want to hear the washer and dryer. This one, I kind of believe in deleting. I might delete this window, but I do love it. I love the rope twist trim. I think all of this is very cool. And whoever did this was a real carpenter. It's nicely done. These, a little less so. And all the future work, even less so. So it's kind of gone, it's been a little roller coaster for this house where all the work quality went downhill. We're gonna take it back up. We're gonna take it back up with North Point cabinets, all real wood. Honestly, I think we're even doing the soft close because it doesn't add more than I think it adds like $20 a cabinet to do it. So we're gonna make it nice, new sink, all that good stuff. This doesn't work. This is a fun feature. I thought this was cool. This is a rechargeable flashlight. And it's supposed to automatically turn on like a UPS, but unfortunately it's trash and it's very, very hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that away. Probably a fire hazard. And it also has this cat brush. Oh, is that a cat brush? Ooh, it's actually nailed into the wall. I'm glad I didn't just yeet it off of there. I'm gonna pull those nails right now too. So we're improving the house already. We are making big strides. This is coming down, this is coming down. I think they had a bifold door in here, but unfortunately that's all. Let's just get rid of the door to make it easy for tenants to move in because this is tight. It's already tight. You guys can see how tight this is. Last place you want to try to get a couch through. Anyway, that's it. So there you have it. That is my newest project. Welcome to the neighborhood, I guess, or welcome to MTV Cribs. You guys got to see behind the scenes, got to see all of the scenes, and we are going to turn this around with the quickness. We'll tell you more about it in the next episode so I can tell you guys what I paid. I know you're eager to hear because it could be ridiculous and it could have been a good deal. Who knows? I'll let you guys decide in the comments for sure. But let me know what you think. What do you think of this little house? 800 square foot of paradise. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. Just comment below, you got your work cut out for you. Because there is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about that. Shoo! This is the main issue. It's just bad. It's just really bad. Oh, these fiber guys, look at this. They just cut the coax and then used it to zip tie their garbage up. So now I gotta remove all that.